So I want to respond to a comment that was left on the previous video, which was considered part 1, even though I titled this video differently. This is part 2. That video would have been too long if I put this into that video. So I want to respond to a comment. This is for a lot of up and coming men who haven't gotten to serious relationships yet. Maybe you're not the age of 25 yet. Maybe you are 25 or 21 or younger. This is for men who maybe don't read the comments and really don't accept the transparency that a lot of men left in the comment section of that video, given their experiences and what they dealt with. I was at my lowest point, man. I really was, man. My first serious relationship. You know, we were together for a good 5.5 years at that point. We had a nice place together that her mom had helped us with. She helped us with a lot of the furniture. And she helped us set it up nice, paint it and stuff like that. And before that, we were living with her mom for a little bit, and we were also living with my mom before that. So it felt really good for us to get our own place together. You know, she had just got a free full scholarship to college because her mom was a janitor at that college. So with her mom being a janitor, her daughter got the free scholarship, which was my girlfriend at the time. You know, I had a good job. Things were looking good. And then she just switched up out of nowhere. I say literally about a month, maybe 2 months into us living together in that nice new apartment, she switched up and she said she didn't want to do it no more. She tried to use me smoking weed as an excuse of why she didn't want to be together anymore, but that was bullcrap. Come to find out, she was talking to some other dude, some dude she went to high school with. And that's the dude who she ended up giving her time and attention to. She actually dropped out of college, man. Can you believe this crap? Yes. She had a full ride, fresh out of high school, had a full ride, full scholarship to college, man. She dropped out to pursue that dude and literally ruined our future. And that hurt me. And this is why I'm making this video, man, because you can overcome this. I don't want you to go through what I went through, man. I was so depressed. I honestly wanted to take my own life. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I didn't want to live anymore because, you know what I'm saying, I was a player before her, you know? Even with her, the early beginning of our relationship, I was still a player. I was still young. I was barely even 21, you know? And I decided to put that all behind me and give all my love, honesty, and dedication to her, you know? And it's like we finally get a place together, and this is what you do? So it really broke me down. I didn't want to live anymore. And I ended up losing the apartment. You know, I couldn't handle it on my own. And honestly, if I would have stayed down, if I would have kept my head up and kept pushing, I probably could have handled that apartment on my own. It would have been the best decision for me, you know? But I didn't want to work 2 jobs anymore. I was so hurt in my mind. I was so depressed that it was hard for me to go to work. I lost one of my jobs. I cut my hair off. You know how long my hair would have been if I would have kept my hair? This was back in like 2010 when this happened. So I can only imagine if I still would have had my hair, how long it would have been. But yeah, man, I cut my hair, and the reason why I cut it is because I wanted a fresh start. I literally want nothing to do with her, nothing that reminded me of her, because, you know what I'm saying, this was so unexpected. This was so out the blue. And what's even crazier is the day that I had to move out the apartment, she showed up because she still has some stuff there. And she was crying, literally bawling her eyes out. And I couldn't understand, like, why are you crying? This is the decision you made. You wanted this. Her mom trying to talk to her. Her mom even said there's something wrong with her. She's not in the right mind. She's not her real self. And then I ended up having to go pretty much live with strangers. I had to live with strangers. And the rats ate, they destroyed my car, man. They ate all the wires, they tore up my car. I had a nice 1980 Toyota Celica. It was a 2-door, carbon fiber blue. It even came with a trophy because the dude who sold it to me, he had put the car in a car show. Came second place in the car show. It had speakers in the back cut out in like the back part of the seats where you rest your back. It was cut out with 2 speakers. It was standard, you know? I taught myself how to drive standard. It was a standard car. Beautiful car, man. I only paid $1,000 for it. And like I said, man, I had to go live with a stranger, man. I pretty much was living with my cousin, who I really didn't know like that. I had to get to know him while living with him. But I was living with my cousin, and I was paying rent with the dude that he was staying with. He was paying rent to live downstairs. And I had my car sitting in that driveway, man, and they had a huge rat problem. And the rats destroyed it. Destroyed the wires, destroyed everything. Destroyed the seats. I don't even know how they got inside the car. I had the windows up, everything. It was crazy. They must have got through the engine. Got a little glare here. I apologize for the glare. Let's see if I can fix this. Give me 1 second. All right, we good now. I haven't gotten to the best part yet, man. The best part is getting there, so stay tuned, man. It's going to get juicy. But yeah, man, so I had lost the apartment we had together, and it ended up being mine because, you know, she left and went back to live with her mom, and her mom was fine with me staying there as long as I could afford to pay for it, but I couldn't. I was too mentally stressed. So I lost the apartment. I pretty much lost my car. It was done. There was no fixing it because the engine, I need to replace the engine. And once that happened, I was like, I'm done with it. And then I'm staying with somebody who I don't even know. I'm getting to know my cousin, which wasn't that bad. He was actually a cool dude. He was younger than me, but we got along pretty well. But the dude that we were paying rent to, you know, it was like a house. He was staying upstairs, but he would invade our space, man. The washing machine and dryer was there, so he would come down there, but we also had a separate area with the doors. He would come through his house to the downstairs, because it was a basement, a finished basement. He would come down there, oh, what's up with y'all doing? It's like invading our privacy. So I felt extremely uncomfortable, man. I stayed there probably for about 2 years before he sold the house and I had to leave again and go stay with bed bugs and roaches this time. Actually living in the house I was living in, not worried about rats outside. There was actually rodents inside when I had to leave there. But while I was staying there, man, she eventually contacted me after about a year. Yes, my ex that I was living with in the apartment. And this is where I want you guys to really learn from me. Don't ever give attention to an ex that hurt you. If y'all break up and y'all living together and you're saying you gotta move out, you gotta start over, you didn't have your own stuff, your own place, your own money to get your own place, and you fucked. You literally gotta go back with your parents or stay with your homie couch. Don't ever give her another chance. Don't even talk to her. Don't even let her know how you're doing. Do not give her the benefit of the doubt. Do not give her. Listen, she wanted to have her cake and eat it too, and that's what I let her do for probably about a good 2-3 months. Yes, after a year we broke up. I'm living there with my cousin and the dude or whatever. We get in contact and we start talking. And I started telling her how hurt I was again, which she already knew that. She was apologizing. We had a long conversation. We probably be on the phone for like a good 2 hours. And then I ended up seeing her again. She ended up coming over to the place that I was staying with my cousin and the dude we were paying rent to. Yep. Stupid, man. Looking back now, why did I do that? But I was young, dumb, full of cum, and I loved her. Let me say that again. I was young, dumb, full of cum, and I loved her. I didn't know no better. But see, before I keep going into that story, listen, us as men, you have to learn. You get better with time. We learn from our mistakes and we get better. It's different with women. Once women hit close to their 30s, man, the wall is hitting. Their body, if they don't stay in the gym, if they don't eat right, their body starts to deteriorate. Their face may not look the same. We get better with age. A lot of men age gracefully. We don't have to worry about a fupa like a lot of women got to worry about. We don't have to worry about if we have kids, we can't move on. A lot of men have kids and they can still move on and redate. We get better with time. Men can make mistakes and our finances get better later on. We don't have to deal with the stress of getting a period once a month, man. So it's okay. If you're young, if you're not in your 40s yet, you know what I'm saying? If she leaves you, if she hurts you, she takes all the money, listen, it's not the end of the world. Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid to start over. Look at me now. I was at my lowest, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a female watching this, I was at my lowest. I didn't know what I was going to do. I went from having a place with the female I thought I was going to, spend the rest of my life with, to literally paying rent to some stranger. And then staying with other family members in dirty houses, man. And now look at me, my own home. Who would have thought I would have came here? So listen, do not be discouraged. Do not give up. Do not want to off yourself like I did at one point. All right, so let's get back to it, man. So yeah, I let her come there and we seeing each other and stuff. We start messing around. 2 months go by. Yeah, I'm messing around. And she's still seeing the dude that she ruined our relationship for. And I'm knowing this. And the thing is, she is not letting me fuck. Yeah, she wasn't. She was not letting me stick it in. She was giving me head, hand jobs, you know what I'm saying, grinding on me and stuff like that, but she would not let me fuck anymore. And I dealt with it like a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? She would let me take her car to work because she would come over and she would stay the night. And then I would have to go to work in the morning. She would still sleep, and I would take her car to work or car to morning meetings, because we would have morning meetings sometimes on our day off. And then I would come back and stuff like that. Yeah, so till 2 months went by. And it's crazy because my cousin, he told me, he said, yo, I told him what happened. You know what I'm saying? We got to know each other. I told him about her. I was like, yeah, I got in contact with her. He was like, bro, do not talk to her. Leave her alone. She does not need to see you. And I didn't listen to him. And I should have listened to him, man. Because 2 months into that, you know what I just said? I just said enough is enough, because I realized she was enjoying having her cake and eating it too. She was enjoying still messing with that dude, actually letting him insert into her vagina while still just having foreplay with me. And not being able to make a decision whether she wanted to actually be with him or let him go and get back with me. Which is crazy that back then I would have took her back. It's crazy, right? But I was young, dumb, and full of cum. But don't get me wrong, I still had other females on the side. God is my witness. Don't get it twisted. I didn't just have that long hour conversation with her, and then start seeing her again, and I was just all giving my all attention. No. I had a good 3 or 4 other females on the side that I was talking to. One who thought she was my main girlfriend, and then I ended up meeting another chick that I ended up being with for 5.5 years before I'm with the one that I'm with now. So yeah, I had other females. Don't get it twisted. But I still shouldn't have gave her the time of day. She should have not been coming over, staying the night. We shouldn't have been messing around. But it came to a point where I said enough is enough. I remember one day she was dropping me off. She was actually, me and my cousin, we worked together at the same place. So I was driving, she was in the passenger, my cousin was in the back seat, and I was going to drop myself off from work. And she was actually wearing my gold chain. She liked it, so she took it, and I was like, whatever. You know how it is when girls want to take your shirt or take stuff. So yeah, she was actually wearing my gold chain. I don't know how a dude didn't look at the necklace and say, where'd that necklace come from, or question it. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, she dropped me off at work, and I asked her when we got there, I said, listen, what are you gonna do, man? Are you gonna fully be with this dude, or are you gonna be with me? Because I'm tired of playing this game with you. You know? After everything she done to me, she hurt me. I just wanted a true, definite answer. And she was like, oh, I don't know. Da, da, da. So you know what I said? I said, give me my necklace back. I took my necklace back, and I said, I don't ever want to see you again. And that was it. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. I never contacted her again. I never heard from her again until a good, probably 2009, 20, 12 years later. Yeah, probably another 12 years later on Instagram. She reached out to me on Instagram. She DM'd me. And that was when I came back from Florida. And she said, oh, you're back now. I want to see you. Yep. She said she wanted to see me. So I ended up DMing her because I didn't see her DM to the next morning. I DM'd her and I'm getting her number. We talked on the phone because I wanted to see what she really wanted. And she wanted to see me, man. It's been a long time. She missed me. But she ended up, she had a kid with dude. Yeah, her and dude had a kid together. So there was no chance. And I told her, I said, yo, I don't want to see you. Why would I want to see you? It's been 10, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? I see you still with the dude. You still with dude and you thinking about me 10, 12 years later. It make sense. And this goes back to my point where I said, if a woman does you dirty, and it's crazy, I almost want to off myself over this woman. She was a young woman at the time, but I want to off myself over her. I felt like it was the end of the world because she didn't want to be with me, because I was losing the place we lived together. Now look at it. 12 years from now, I'm not even thinking about her. And she thinking about me after she done had a kid with dude. She done aged like spoiled milk. Oh, I looked at her and I said, I dodged a bullet, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what happened to a lot of you guys, man. You move on, you think you lost something good, then years go by and you see her again, you run into her, or you see a picture of you like, oh, what? Oh, God. Yeah. You know what also she told me? That phone conversation 10, 12 years later? Oh, I was an alcoholic. I was drinking every night. I was so depressed. I don't know why I did what I did to you. I told her, I said, yeah, at the time you said that he had, because he had abs. I wasn't working out. I wasn't in the gym every day. I wasn't in shape. I didn't take my health serious, but he had abs. He was in shape. He played basketball. He could dunk. He was very athletic. And I told her, I said, well, back then you told me he had abs. He had a better body or whatever. And he looked better to me. You even said that your aunt said he was cuter than me. And then she goes, no, I never said that. That's not true. You see how women gaslight you? You see how they switch up when they desperate? And I did a video like this. I said her first will have her mind, and her baby father will have access to her body. I had her mind. I was her first. I took her virginity. So I always had her mind. She knew she was wrong for what she did. And then she ended up having a kid with dude. And then she She has to try to juggle school and juggle further in her career while having a kid. Now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She has 2 kids now. 2 kids with him, yup. So imagine how ahead in life she would have been if she would have, worked it out with me. Could have talked about what really was bothering her, because it wasn't the weed. Maybe it was my physique. She could have talked to me. She had a free ride to a full college. Imagine how far she would have been in her career by now. She would have been a registered nurse, nurse practitioner, whatever the height is, take a pediatrician, whatever she wanted to be. And she regretted it. That's why she told me, yeah, I was drinking every night. I was depressed. I was alcoholic. I don't feel sorry for her. I didn't even tell you everything. See, it's starting to come to me now, but I didn't even tell you everything that I dealt with after she had broke up with me and started dealing with this dude. Listen. I'm going to go back and talk to you. If you're still here, thank you. Hit the like button. But yeah, man, after we broke up, listen, me and her mom was really close. I told you, her mom helped us with the apartment, helped us with furniture. So and she had a younger sister. Me and her younger sister was really cool. I was like a big brother to her. So, after the breakup, I would still go to her mom's house, and visit her mom and hang out with her sister and stuff like that. This chick was bringing that dude to her mom's house. Yes. Her mom was actually away. Her mom went away on vacation for a week or a few days and stuff like that. This chick had this dude up in her mom's bedroom with the door closed and the door locked. Yes. And I saw his sneakers sitting outside the door. Oh, I would be banging on the door for them to come outside, because I wouldn't want to fight him. And I just felt so disrespected, not only by her, but by her mother. You were in full support of me. You didn't even like that she was leaving me. You didn't like what she was doing, and you let her, you knew she was staying in your house, in the room, sleeping in the bed with this dude, probably having sex in your bed. You can't make this crap up, man. Yeah. It even came to one point, I came over there and he was sitting in the car. She had came real quick to the house to change. They were about to go to the beach. Dude was sitting in the car, approached the car, said, get out the car, shoot me the fade. Because when you're young, dumb, full of cum, and you want to fight the dude. Instead of just getting mad at the female and saying, you're a bitch, and staying away from her, you want to fight the dude who's just being a dude, who's just getting some free box. But now I want to fight him. And he didn't want to fight. He was a punk. He was a pussy. He didn't want to get out the car and fight me one-on-one. He didn't want to do it. He reached for a knife in the glove compartment and sat in the car with the knife to the window like this. I'm like, I already see what type of dude this is. But yeah, man, that's all the stuff I dealt with. So her being an alcoholic and being depressed, she deserved it. She did it to herself, man. But yeah, man, I was at my lowest point. So let me just wrap this video up again by saying, I was at my lowest point. I was ready to take my own life because she left me, because she didn't want nothing to do with me. I also could have caught a domestic violence charge, because during the breakup, she was coming to the apartment, getting her clothes little by little and leaving, and I grabbed her by the arm. Where you going? Dressed like that. She had the booty shorts on, her ass cheeks out. She had a crazy body. Well, excuse me. I said this before, talking about her, but she had a crazy body. The face wasn't all that. She wasn't ugly, but the face was in, but the body was a 10. Big boobs, no stomach, belly button ring, and a crazy fat ass. She was a cheerleader in her younger years. You know what I'm saying? So, I seen her walking out the house like that. I know she going to see him, and I had no females at this time. This is when I was still living in an apartment before I lost. I had no females. So to see her come and go, knowing how she did me, where you going? I loved her. I missed her. I was hurt. Knowing she about to go see some other dude. Yeah, it was real, fellas. I could have called a DV charge. Yup. And before we go, I'll tell you about one more thing, because it's starting to come to me. I got to get this all out, fellas, because younger men got to hear this stuff so they know not to fall in my shoes, not to make the same mistakes I made. I was working at Dunkin' Donuts one night, right? And I had just bought a new phone. I had bought a prepaid phone. I had to put the minutes on it. Remember the prepaid phones? You had to get the minutes and stuff? So I had a prepaid phone. My homie showed up to my job and said, bro, could you go get my phone? I left it at the house and I got the card here. I want you to help me put minutes on it. So he said, okay. Now, yeah, we broke up, but she was still living there. I told her she still had clothes there. She didn't fully move her clothes out yet, so she still had keys to the apartment. But she was living with her mom. So when I'm at work, nobody's supposed to be at the house. I don't think nobody's going to be there. I send him to the house. I give him my keys to go to the house. He's taking a while to come back. I'm like, what's taking this dude so long? I don't live that far. I just send him to get one thing and come back. Dude, he walks in and he just looks like this. Before he even said anything, my stomach dropped. Like, I already knew it. I already knew what he was going to say before he said it. You know how you just have intuition, you just know? And he was like, bro, He was like, I'm sorry, man. He was like, I went to the house to go get you. I couldn't even get it, man. He was like, I was about to go into the bedroom. He was like, as soon as I walked in, I heard a noise. So I started tiptoeing. I was quiet because I heard a noise coming from the bedroom. And the way it's set up, you could kind of see into the bedroom without them seeing you. It's kind of like this is the outside and the bedroom's around the corner. So he said he stood there and he seen they had the door open. This man was butt-ass naked on the bed, bro, watching TV. And mind you, there are pictures of me and her still all around the room. My sneakers are there. She comes out of the shower, he says, goes into the bedroom, and they start having sex, bro. I could care less about her. Like I said, she reached out to me. She wanted to see me. I didn't see her. I could care less. But me just talking about that now, bro, it still hurts me. It, like, to this day. That a woman could stoop that low to do that, bro. Like, it disgusts me. And I'm very glad that didn't change my outlook on women to not ever trust men again, because this is what happens to a lot of men. They say, never again. I'm never taking women serious. I never trust women. You know, I went to my player ways after I started being a player again, but I was able to realize that not all women are like this. Not all women will do you like this. You know, she kind of gave signs from the beginning when I first met her that, you know, just the fact that she hung around a lot of dudes, had a lot of male friends, I should have known eventually she would do this. But, you know, the female that I'm dating now has no male friends since day one, never had. My ex that I was with for 5 years that I left her to get with the one I'm with now had no male friends, never. So that's the thing. Anytime a woman has male friends, do not take her serious. I don't care if she cuts them off for you. Do not take her serious. So one more male friends is always an attention woman, will always hurt you and leave you in the end. All right? But yeah, man, that shit hurt me, man. He told me that, man, and I called her mother immediately. I said, you better get your daughter before I kill her. Now, I've never, ever put my hands on her, ever, until that one time when we broke up, you know, and I grabbed her arm and stuff like that, but her mom didn't know about that. But me and her mom was tight. Her mom knew I was not the abusive type. I never cussed her out. I never put my hands on her, even when we had disagreements when everything was good between us. So just the fact I said, yeah, get your daughter because I'm a killer, you really thought I was going to kill your daughter? But I think what it was that the mom knew what she did was so bad that she was so scared that maybe I might do it. You know? I told her, I said, get your daughter before I kill her. She brought a dude into the apartment, was screwing him on our bed. And her mom was like, oh my God. That was her reaction. So I hung up. And yeah, I cried my eyes out, man. And then I called her. I said, I called her. I said, get him out my house. What the fuck is she like? What are you talking about? Because she didn't know that my homie was there, that he saw what happened. He tiptoed and he left quietly. She acted stupid. I said, where is he at? I said, you know what? I'm leaving work right now. I want to fight him. Where is he at? I want my fair one. I said, if he can come into my place and screw you in the bed and he knows about me, because this dude knew about me. He actually showed up to the, yes. He actually showed up to the McDonald's I was working at with one of her guys, because I knew a couple of her dudes from high school, that she went to high school with. I knew them. So he actually showed up to McDonald's like 2 weeks prior with the dude that I knew, and I served him. Looked me dead in my face and in my eyes and everything. Crazy, right? But yeah, I told her, I said, where you at? I'll meet y'all right now because I want to shoot the fade. If this dude is bold enough to do this, he's bold enough to fight me. Of course, she didn't want to do it. She's, oh, stop, go back to work, blah, 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 and hung up. Next thing you know, I got police officers from a different town showing up to my job to arrest me for threatening. Yes, I got arrested for threatening because I called her mom and said, get your daughter before I kill her. Yes. So now I'm sitting in jail, and you know what I do? I call her mom. I said, you better fucking bomb me out now. I can't believe you called the cops on me because of that. I'm not actually going to kill your daughter. I was just upset. I said, bomb me out now. You know what happened? She came and she bombed me out. Yes, she did, because she knew she was wrong. She shouldn't have called the cops on me. Now I got a fucking charge on my record. It's off my record now, but I had to deal with that on my record for a while, man. So yeah, man, this is all the stuff I dealt with when she decided to be selfish and leave out of nowhere. This is what happens. And this is a response to that comment, man. So don't tell me if you get into a relationship with a woman and you honest with each other, everything's going to be okay. Because she did this out the blue, out of nowhere. I did not see it coming. And even she regretted it. She even told me, months later, we seen each other again. 10, 12 years later, she said she don't know why she did it. She regretted it. She wanted to see me. Women do stuff out the blue. Women change. So don't tell me about honest and faithful relationships and being real with each other. Don't tell me that has nothing to do with it. Women act off of emotions. If she just up and feels one day that she's tired of looking at your gut hanging over, where you could barely see your penis, she's tired of feeling your lower stomach touching her lower back when you giving her back shots. If she just wakes up out the blue and says, I'm tired of you leaving the toilet seat up, and I've told you a million times. If she just wakes up out the blue and said, I'm tired of you, are you nutting quick? I'm tired of you bringing me the wrong dessert. After I told you I don't like that kind of dessert, whatever it is. And she decides to leave you and move on, women will do it. This video is proof. I just made myself super vulnerable just now. I just told y'all about my lowest point. And let me just say, man, after that, after I had to move out that apartment that I was, staying with my cousin and we were paying rent, my cousin left. He left me for a fat white girl. He went to go live with her and shack up with her. And what did I have to do? I had to go leave and I went to go stay with family, staying with roaches and bed bugs. And after that, I had to go stay with a different friend, sleeping on his floor, staying with roaches and bed bugs and mice. After staying with my cousin in an apartment, I stayed at a good 3 to 4 different places that were infested with rodents, insects, rodents, let's just say. And now look at me. I own my own home with a woman that serves king's treatment, that loves me, that spent 50 grand on me. See, I did it right this time. Yeah. I did it right. Let me just say. It's like I always say, I left her to be in this relationship with her. I was in a 5.5-year relationship with another female. I took her virginity as well. She had no male friends. She was a very sweet girl. She was very honest. She literally really could do no wrong. The only thing with her, she was just boring. She was too boring for me. And she just didn't want to level up as far as like her job, her career, as far as cooking and cooking meals every night and cleaning. She just didn't want to level up. But I didn't just leave her just for the next best thing. I stayed with her. It was a good 2 years before I left her for the one I'm with now. And the one I'm with now spent a good 50 grand on me before I got with her. And it wasn't like, oh, you got to spend this much amount. That's just what it was. Her buying me sneakers, buying me meals, me moving to Florida, her sending me money through Western Union every week, thousands of dollars. And I'm saying, oh, she a real one. She taking care of me while I'm up in Florida with another female. I left her to be with this female. She's still supporting me. Yeah, it took a lot. I made sure I did it right this time. But you could do it too, fellas. If you watching this video and you already went through it or you going through it now, take my advice. There is a woman waiting for you, ready to serve you king's treatment, man. You may have to go through sleeping in your car, sleeping on a friend's couch, sleeping on a homie's floor, sleeping with bed bugs, mice like I did. You may have to go through it. You may have to deal with it. But there is light at the other end of the tunnel. I'm telling you right now. And when you meet that light, don't fuck it up. Don't. Because it is, I thank God, man. I give God all the glory, all the praise. It is God. Where I'm at near today. God helped me get through it, living with bed bugs and roaches. God helped me get through it, wanting to off myself and not doing it because she left me. God helped me get through it, dealing with that charge, a threatening charge, and dealing with knowing she had another dude in our bed, screwing him in the bed that we slept in, that we made love in. Pictures surrounded all around it. My sneakers surrounded all around in that room. And she still did it anyway with no care in the world. And couldn't even bring the dude to meet me to fight after her doing that. Look at me. I'm still standing 10 toes down. And I hope she sees this video. I hope she watches my video or somebody sends it to her. So she sees it. Look how strong I am. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You got 2 kids by that loser. He's a bum. He's a loser. He can never be me. He can never get to my level. He can never look as good as I look. He can never be as mentally strong as I'm mentally strong. And you regret it. You already told me. You told me. So I get the last laugh. I get the last laugh. You got 2 kids by that loser. I have no kids. I got a woman serving me king's treatment. I own my own home. Do you own your own home, bitch? No, you don't. Her and him are still renting. Don't do it, fellas. Don't beat yourself up. Don't want to take your own life. Don't think it's over for you. The future is still bright. And look, now that we have Donald Trump in office, because everybody's talking about Donald Trump's going to make America great again, you don't got to worry about anything. Donald Trump's gonna help you. He's gonna help single men, right? He's gonna help single men that need a hand, right? At least I hope so. If not, you still got God, the creator of all things. Have faith in him, because there was no Donald Trump when I went through what I went through with Victoria. That's her name. I just said her name. There was no Donald Trump when I went through her. There was God. God was always there. No president helped me. No president, no mayor, no governor said you could come stay on my couch. Said here's $2,000 towards a down payment on an apartment of your own. So that's why you got to save your own money. You got to make sure you have your own stash. You got to make sure you have enough that if she switches up, you can go stay in your own little apartment, even if you only have a ball mattress and a TV. It's better than staying with bed bugs and roaches and mice. It's better than relying on somebody else to make sure they leave the door unlocked for you so you can get in after your long day of work, your long shift, and you tired. You don't have to worry about showering at a gym because you got to sleep in your car and you have no place to shower besides the gym. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about people at work looking at you crazy because you smell bad because you weren't able to shower, because you're sleeping on your homie's couch and his baby mother, his girlfriend, or wife, and his kids took too long. Now, you didn't have time to shower. Now you come to work smelling musty. I could go on and on about this shit, man, but you get the point. All right? Comment down below, man. I want to hear comments, man. Share this video. Share this video. I know you know somebody who needs to hear it. Hit the like button for me, please, man, because I was vulnerable, man. It is what it is. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you next one. Peace and love. I gotta go get these gains, man. I'm at the gym. Peace and love.